Hello everybody and welcome to the D2CL. It is the Chinese division as we are looking to find out who will be the team to qualify for the D2CL LAN finals coming up in only just a couple of weeks, maybe a month's time from now. We're going to find out who it's going to be, but of course to get there we have to get past our first lower bracket final. That's right, this is the lower bracket final. Before we get into the consolation final, it is the lower bracket final between EHOME and Invictus Gaming. The winner of this will play up against LGD, who only just got beaten down by VG Gaming, and then the winner of that will get a chance to challenge again VG Gaming for that #1 position. That's the way the cookie doth crumble, and the way the cookie doth crumble is the way I bring in my co-caster with the most horrendous transition I could have ever have done, but he is here. He is the man that ever since he joined Alliance, they've managed to find that pot of gold at the bottom of the rainbow. He is bringing stability to the draft and also great words to this broadcast. It is my Frenchman, Sebastian. How you doing, man?
Hello, I'm doing quite well. I'm actually excited to get to cast with you again. It's been a while, and especially a really nice match like this one, EHOME versus IG.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. On paper,
yeah.
Like I was doing my research notes about this last night. Obviously, I've been away from Dota, so I've been trying to catch up with it again. And I was looking through it, and I'm like, okay, EHOME's draft, they look stable. Like, we know these guys, they play bloody well. You got ROTK, Lanham, Inflame, DDC. You're not going to say these guys are bad. ZYF, also, he's that last person in the list, in case you were wondering who that Chinese character name was.
Yeah.
But all these guys have proved themselves in the past. But up against IG, it's like the world doesn't think they've got any hope at all of winning.
Yeah, I mean, IG has been doing exceptionally well lately. They've been winning everything, like more or less. I think LGD took some games from IG, but besides that, everyone pretty much lost, got destroyed by IG actually. So they're very, like, it's really impressive to see them play. But yeah, as you said, I think EHOME has a good shot at winning. They have very good players, they're very stable, they're very strong as a team, so it's gonna be very interesting, and I don't think IG can afford to do any big mistakes versus EHOME. They come as favorites, but might not be enough. Yeah, and I like the draft already.
Just because it's a tree pick, or just because you feel like the synergy is working?
It looks quite familiar, you know. So I don't know if it has anything to do with us, but that's an opening we've been doing quite a lot. Yeah, Treant Protector is a very good hero for sure. I think like, he's always been good. That Axe upgrade has always been quite good as well, and it's used a lot actually in the European scene, mainly by Aces Polar and us actually, Alliance. But I'm pretty sure other teams are starting to use it. I've seen Burden United use it. Anyways, so some European teams use it. What's interesting about the Chinese using Treant Protector is that they use it in the same lineups, let's say. But basically, you want to have a strong solo mid when you have Treant Protector, for example, early on, or strong laners that can actually benefit from the armor boost and can go even more aggressive on their matchups, try to win the matchup a bit harder, and then obviously the Treant Protector can protect them in the game. With the overgrowth, he can stop the aggression, he can stop people from running to the sniper and try to burst him down, he can armor him, invis him, stuff like this. But yeah, I was about to say the Chinese...
Okay, sorry, go on.
No, they don't use Treant Protector the same way the Europeans do. They don't get Axe at all on the Treant Protector, they get some utility items, so that's interesting.
I actually was doing a little bit of digging around with EHOME, because I did notice the Treant Protector was being picked up, primarily played by DDC in their lineup, but I don't remember the percentage that I looked up, but I know primarily their selection of Treant Protector is because they look to play Phoenix on the offlane when they do it.
Yeah,
so
Treant Protector and Phoenix is a really common combo nowadays. Usually you always see the Phoenix ban when Treant Protector is in the pool. The combo is very easy, it's Ag into attack cancelling, so I mean Axe, Phoenix, Treant, yeah, and that's the Phoenix ban. It's not very surprising into the Axe pick, so that's also interesting. So they denied 2 of the heroes that actually combo really well with the Treant Protector. So very good drafting from IG. I mean, basically the draft here, the sniper first pick is very common and very solid. They went for the Quap. Quap is a hero that can pressure the sniper in a one-on-one matchup quite a lot. But having the armor actually negates a lot of the damage. So now the matchup is very even for the sniper and probably in his favor actually. So good drafting from EHOME as well. They have a lot of pushing power with Turn Protector and Witch Doctor. They have a lot of healing, so
but
they can have that sniper.
You're still going to require a core that has to work with Turn Protector and Witch Doctor if you're going to find that push. Like Life is fantantastic, but if you don't have the pushing power itself, the damage output, then you're not going to get very far.
I think they need a sort of frontliner, you know. They need something to stand in the front of fights or just open the fights. A lot of heroes can do the job, but so far they have this very static lineup that just move as a 5-man lineup. They have the sniper in the middle of it, the Treant that like prevents them from getting to the sniper. They have a lot of heals, so it's a very solid lineup. Whereas IG is going for something way more aggressive.
Yeah, IG have actually got kill potential. They're roaming, ganking, which can come out from just the VS as well as the Lina, is already quite good. But when you put this in a combination with either the Quap or the Axe in the lane, like you don't have to require yourself to run an aggro tri-lane with what they've got, even though that is possible to do, is dangerous up against heroes like Witch Doctor and Treant, primarily because of life and ability to either negate damage or paralyzing cast, stopping you from getting your combo off. But even just the ability to have VS and Lina come into the lanes when already your laners are quite strong for control, that's going to be massively problematic for EHOME. And when they get a hero like this for the Morphling, I'm almost hoping this is a #1 position, because I don't think we're going to see the same as we saw from Ice early today. Shut down a hell of a lot at the early stage, and then got a little bit of space, and then just catches up, and then does a full strength adaptive strike. Like, the offlane Morphling it can function, but with the line from Invictus Gaming, it's also got the potential that Morphling will never get that space to function.
Well, the thing with that offlane Morphling is that when you get to the later stage of the game, then he is more than scary. He basically has a 4.5 second stun every 8 seconds. I'm not even sure what the cooldown is. I'm gonna check it out. It's every 10 seconds, but I mean it's super scary because your positioning has to be perfect. One good stun, I mean it's a roar basically that he has all the time pretty much, and one positioning mistake and the fight is lost. And actually the problem against that Morphling is that once you start losing the fight, you need to disengage. You need to realize it super fast and disengage even faster, because he's gonna chase everyone down, because he has a dagger, he has the waveform, so he's very, very mobile. And he has this 4-second stun where in late game, if you eat that stun, there's no way you can juke or TP out. You're gonna die. So once you start losing the fight, if you don't disengage fast enough, and that's not easy to do, right, to assess if the fight is actually lost or if you can still get some trade kills, then everyone's gonna die, and then suddenly the game is completely turned. So yeah, that Morphling is very scary in the late game. It's the same for me. I don't know if it's a position 1 or an offlane 1. I mean, IG's draft is very mobile and they have a lot of burst damage. It's gonna be a very hard sniper game because Lina's most likely, even if you support, he's gonna get the Yules, Axe. The Co-op obviously can have a lot of burst damage. The Axe with the jump. So it's gonna be hard to play sniper in this game. And I don't think Morph position 1 is scary enough for EHOME.
Agreed.
I think they need another.
Well, that's probably the reason why IG was banning out the Lycan. They're thinking, what can buff up this EHOME lineup? That front runner that you're asking for, that big tank, the Lycan is capable of doing that as long as he's got Shapeshift up and has even a half-decent start. So, yeah.
I agree. I think they need something like this. Maybe they could even run a Centaur position 1. They could run Slaughter, is actually very good. With Sniper, they could run... There's a lot of heroes they could run, and that's a P8 pick. Yeah, so it's definitely a very hard sniper game. They banned the Brood. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, they don't have heroes that can actually deal with the Brood. Treant and Witch Doctor probably like
I think it's also because of the Broodmother pickup is something they've lost to in the past. In fact, it's been something IG have had troubles with previously with the Broodmother, which is actually then surprising, the fact that EHOME was the one banning it out, because they had troubles up against Newbie, for example. They lost with the push lineup, with the split push lineup coming with the Broodmother.
Then it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, they also had a couple of troubles with their own push strats, but there was one which I did like from them, which they played up against C-Deck, which was this Pugna Shaman kind of option, and it is going to be a #1 position Morphling here.
Yeah, I have to say I'm not sure about it. Let's see how it works out. I think it's a bit of a draft mistake, but I don't know. We'll see. I just feel like they might lack a bit of mechanism to actually save that sniper, or to make sure that IG is heavily punished from investing everything they have to kill the sniper. But we'll see, because Morph takes a bit of time to come online. He needs a lot of farm as a hero to actually do something in the game. The Darkseer pick is very interesting though. It's gonna create a lot of chaos. Darkseer plus Treant Protector is actually a very nice combo, and he's gonna apply a bit of pressure on the offlane. So I like that pickup from EHOME, and I think the Chinese teams are actually very good at using Darkseer.
10 seconds.
Maybe a bit better than the European ones, but the PA pick, I want to mention that it's a very good one versus Sniper. It's super scary to play Sniper versus PA. There's no, like, you have to watch the PA in the fights, because one mistake, one positioning mistake, and then PA blinks on you and you don't have a BKB and you're instantly gone.
Well, it's basically any hero that can just reduce that range up against a sniper, because sniper's all about just keep him at bay, let the shrapnel do the work.
Completely.
But at the same time, EHOME do have a lot of things going for them. Like, if you want to attack directly into the sniper as a Phantom Assassin, like, you might be taking Iron Shell damage, you could get vacked away, where you're not really, like, you're going to get controlled by the Treant Protector, so you jump in, he lets Overgrowth off. You could find yourself vacked into a wall, paralyzing cast, Death Wall, which then forces you to walk away from the sniper. And as a PA, you're not going to be there with a bash ability until you find the cash to buy said basher. Then maybe you could do something about that. In fact, if you look at the amount of stuns available to stop the Witch Doctor from channeling his ultimate,
it's a lot.
Yeah, you got Lena, you got VS, he's got a lot to work with, and you got Axe. And unless Quap is carrying around an Orchid, then he can't really stop the Witch Doctor from doing his thing.
Yeah, indeed.
So if the VS and Lena throw their stuns out at the start, and Axe lets his call off, then this Witch Doctor could control the fight enough that it won't matter if you jump on top of the sniper, you'll make space that way.
I like what EHOME did actually. They had ROTK run through the lane, and they had DDC run through the river to place the ward he placed on the bottom lane. So actually, I don't think IG has any idea of that ward placed. I think they think they saw ROTK, and they think the ward is a bit down closer to the lane. So nice ward placement. It's not gonna be dewarded, and I think it's actually the same on EHOME side, or Lanham is actually gonna spot it. No, so they have two wards, so the offlaners are off to a good start. And oh, that's very interesting. Look at DDC. He wants to snipe the chick and he's invis.
He got spotted though. The ping came out from Lena, so I have a feeling he went into Nature's Guise just a little bit too early. I mean a little bit too late. So he was looking for the courier, because it's the standard thing you're doing when you run these mid solos, right? You get the 100 rune, you buy a set of tangos, then you bring them out so you can be really aggressive in the lane. And you want Queen of Bay to do that up against a sniper, because you don't want to have that sniper feeling comfortable.
Yeah, it's it was a nice try for sure, and you can see he wanted to do that from the beginning, because he got no regen, he got a smoke, and he got only mana regen, so he wants to be able to spam that Nature's Guise, which is interesting. But yeah, that lane is not going to do so well versus the Axe actually. The Morph and Treant, they have really low range, and their laning equilibrium is actually quite bad right now. They pulled instantly, although the lane was pushing back to them, so now Morph is in a bit of trouble and he's gonna miss a lot of CS. So the offlane is going decent for IG, whereas you can tell that bottom, they have killing potential on the Darkseer. He has to be careful. He got level 2 because they pulled once, but it's gonna be a bit more tricky for the Darkseer to get something.
Well, he still managed to find 2 levels, so that's fine. And Luo is having to burn through his consumables a little bit faster, because DDC, at the start when he came back into the lane, he punched him maybe 6-7 times into the Axe, and Axe didn't spin once. So he was never able to return any of the damage. So Treant Protector won the early little bit of DPS zoning battle, and they're making sure now, they're making their break for the 2-minute rune. Yeah,
good rune control by both teams. I mean, both, like, the supports, they weren't for the 2 runes, and now they're getting an invis on Lanham. Maybe they want to try something. They don't have a lot of killing potential on the co-op, to be honest, with a Witch Doctor and a Sniper, so...
This wasn't scouted out either. That Observer Ward for the Radiant side's watching further up on top of the hill, so it doesn't give Ferrari any vision of that top rune.
Yeah.
They also don't see the bottom rune. In fact, both positions, if you look at the wards, they're a lot more focused on the side laning phase.
Yeah. They both have defensive tri-lanes. In Flame, he has to be careful. Oh, no, never mind. He's playing aggressive because the Witch Doctor is here. He's taking a lot of pressure from that co-op, and Ferrari went for the two levels in the Shadow Strike, which is the right call when you play co-op versus sniper. It's definitely the build you have to go for. Yeah, I'd say the co-op has a slight advantage actually on the lane. He has a lot of denies, 11 to 10, and the sniper is 8 to 3. So yeah, you can see how the co-op is able to pressure sniper a bit. And Treant has no living armor for now. That's one of the reasons as well.
Man, it really feels like all the lanes are just going the way of Invictus Gaming. While the Morphling is finding farm at 6-9. Like, what do we even see coming up here from ZYF? Like, does he try and build in for a hand of Midas and just go for this really big late game kind of guy? Or should we be looking more at an earlier rotating around trying to find some kills? I don't know if you want to do like Treads, Ring of Aquila, Yasha into E-Blade or something along those lines, so you become a potential killer against the VS as well as the Lina?
I think the Radiant team burst damage is actually a bit scary when you have to play Morphling versus this. It's like one mistake, one call, and you want to try to morph, but I mean they have Light Strike Array, they have Co-op ulti, they have PA, a lot of physical damage burst. It's very scary, so I think he has to build into late game and try to get his farm up and try to out-farm them a bit.
Well,
I don't think it's such a good morphing game.
For that one. There's no way around it, because you're not going to be affording your Skadi, your BKB, and all that kind of jazz if you just try and like do it the old standard way.
But yeah, it's definitely a BKB game on the Morphling. Like, it's a good BKB game for sure.
Alright. So for now, we still don't have first blood, even though Luo is running the risk of killing himself to a bunch of centaurs.
Yeah, you can see also IG, they're doing a very good job at stacking the jungle and getting a lot of levels on that axe. I mean, the farm efficiency on IG is one of their main strengths right now. From all the games I watched, they're really good at using all the farm that's available early on, and they always get ahead with the lanes, with the jungle farm. It's very interesting. Like Schwan went to the offlane, he's getting some XP, he might give away a kill if it's
you want to keep a tab up in here, because that's a haste rune on DDC, so he's going to go for the leech seat, needs the paralyzing cast to help him out. But Lanham couldn't make the move without showing Schwan that something was awry, and DDC waited to the very end of his haste rune to attempt that.
Yeah, I think it's a wise choice. It was hard. It would have been a third blood, but probably a trade kill. I'm not sure if it's worth it, but yeah. Nice.
You can see it coming. The funny thing is, though, EHOME couldn't. The Fog of War didn't reveal where he was. So Sean was able just to wait it out perfectly and get that deny.
That was impressive because the Lina attack animation is actually not the best. I mean, the range is really nice, but the speed of the attack is actually super slow. So, really nice deny from Sean. That's actually very big. It's a lot of gold denied. And on the mid lane, Ferrari is actually dominating the sniper completely. He has 21 denies, minute 6. I mean, this is insane. You can see the difference in the levels. He's almost level 7, whereas sniper is not even level 6.
But what do you even do here? Without sniper having level 6, even if he does, you can blink and disjoint the assassination. Your Treant Protector and your Witch Doctor aren't anywhere near as powerful as a VS and Lina to like smoke, rotate in and turn the balance of the lane. So how does EHOME approach the mid?
To be honest, the Treant Protector skills are a bit useless. He went for the Nature's Guys and he didn't do anything with it. Then he went Leech Seed and he didn't do anything with it. He could have used armor maybe, I don't know, 10 times, 11 times on the sniper by then. I mean 15 times, I don't know. It would have changed the lane, the mid lane a lot. And his impact with Nature's Guys and Leech Seed has been close to like 0 impact for now. So it's just because of that. I mean, co-op is better than sniper mid, or at least co-op can pressure the sniper a lot if it's a pure one-on-one matchup. The Treant pick was meant to deny that, but they didn't use it.
He's actually already used his blink. He's maledicted. This is a kill, and this will be first blood going the way of EHOME. Very much needed. He failed his blink. At the same time, it looks like Treant Protector got caught out in the bottom lane with a sentry wall going down. So it was a 1-1 trade-off, but the first blood did go to EHOME. The problem with the co-op was he blinked himself into this little corner in the mid and couldn't walk up. He had to walk out and then up to get out of
that. That was like the best first blood EHOME could have asked for. We were even talking about it, how the mid lane was a big factor in this game. Now it's close to 0. I mean, it's denied completely. So very, very nice first blood. You can see the sniper is now higher in net worth than the co-op. So great first blood for EHOME.
Yeah, very much needed. Let's see how much they can do with it, however, because Right now in Flame, we're still not going to see a great progression of items out from him, but at least he brings something to the fight now with phase boots as well as his 2 Wraith Bands. Also want to keep our tabs on RNTK. That's one player which we haven't really talked about much from EHOME. What is his effect of the Darkseer and what's his transition like? Because there's Tranquil Boots as well as a Soul Ring out in this Darkseer. 7-8 minutes in, we're 5.5 levels up on him as well in comparison to the Axe, who's 6.5 levels with Tranquils and starting up a Blink Dagger. Like, obviously, Axe is going to come online a lot early because he's that Blink Initiator and can roll with the punches. But are we still happy with the Darkseer position for EHOME?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, now I think he just needs to power farm. I think the game is going to be a bit slow. They're going to wait for the Axe Dagger, they're going to wait for some levels on the supports. They're gonna wait for a bit of farm on burning. He's saving up a lot of gold. He's gonna go for Battle Fury. I like the decision a lot. I think Darkseer, he needs a mech and a 4-staff in this game. The utility items are gonna be mech 4-staffs in this game because IG's lineup is they're gonna open the fight with the Use or with the Axe call, and both are cornered with 4-staff because then they're not gonna be able to land the nuking spells, the co-op ones, the Lina ones. Back 4-staff is a very good way to disengage from IG's initiation, so gonna be working towards that and probably help them take fights. The game is very even right now.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like anyone's stretching ahead. The graphs are saying that IG have the advantage at the moment.
Yeah, I can agree, but it's a very it's not a big advantage. It's a very little one, but they have, but both teams, they've been quite good at stacking jungle. Look at the Darkseer's clearing a stack. Look at the Axe, he's also clearing a stack. They have the same game plan for now. They have offlaners that can rotate into the woods and be like, okay, whatever, I can't get anything on my safe lane. The safe lane control of the two teams is actually perfect. The Morphling is farming under his tower and it's been 10 minutes, and the PA is doing the same.
Yeah.
And both mid laners are a bit afraid of each other's, and they have supports backing them up. So the game is completely the same, I know, for both teams. It's actually funny.
It's okay. I've been away for a week from Dota, but is this the passive nature the Chinese Dota has gone back to? I understand why they're doing it, and I'm purely just saying this because of the stigma that comes along with Chinese Dota.
Yeah, it feels like, from what I haven't seen so much Chinese Dota. I've seen like let's say 5 to 6 matches, but from what I saw, it looks like they're way more disciplined and way more organized than they were, and then they feel very confident in. They just feel, I think, more confident as a whole. So they just now they sit and farm because both teams are like, we don't need to do anything. Like we're fine with this farming state. So
yeah. Well,
now they have the dagger on the Axe, so that's a lot of new possibilities for them.
It's almost like the team's just reading the timing perfectly, where it's like, well, okay, we know that IG aren't gonna start ganking until you have Axe with a Blink Dagger. The VS and the Lina could potentially do that, but if you can keep slide tabs on where they're moving, like you saw Chorn up on top, Faith or Sound on bottom, you know they're not going out for the ganks just yet. They are going to start this one in mid, putting the Blink Dagger straight to work, but that's also the reason why Lanham is sitting behind Inflame for this moment. So the Paralyzing Cask, it might be too late though, as Inflame, well, at least there is some revenge damage coming into Luo. With that Malediction, a little bit more damage in. No, that Light Strike Array, it bought space for Luo to get back. I don't know if he's going to live through this, so that last Malediction pop, he's going to die in the tree line. So it is a 1-for-1 trade-off, but you got what you wanted. You got the sniper not moving through. That's what it's all about. And for guys asking for the No TV audio to be fixed, we're on Chinese server, so I don't know what you want to have fixed. It's perfect world.
No, it was a nice execution from IG, and as we said early on, like, it's really hard to save that sniper, honestly. You need level 4 armor, and I don't even think it's enough. Like, the burst damage from the co-op, the Lina, the Axe, he needs items. He needs to get his HP up somehow, and then it's gonna be like easier. But honestly, saving that 800 HP sniper from IG's burst damage, that's not gonna happen. So either you dodge the gank or you die and you get trade kills when they decide to go for him.
Yeah. In this case, to get the trade kill, so don't be so sad. Morphling in the meantime. This is a little bit more of a defensive build than I was hoping for from the Morphling.
Yeah.
To go for a Lincoln Sphere as opposed to what we were discussing before, which is a BKB.
Yeah, and Burning went for the opposite. Burning went for the Battle Fury, so the very greedy build. So it has to give some. sort of advantage to IG. They might feel better at you know, play passive and farm, and they have the better pickoff, so they can just keep on farming, get some kills with that axe blink, and just, you know, they're gonna be very happy with the situation. Whereas EHOME, they're gonna feel a bit pressured just by how the game is developing right now. They have the Roche advantage, it's on their side, but their draft, actually both drafts are actually not so good at getting Roche. That's surprising. I mean, IG's draft is way better with Venge and PA, but EHOME's draft is not so good at getting Roche. They need to invest a lot if they want to go for that.
For now, I don't think EHOME are even concerned about that. Like,
No.
they'll go for Roshan when you get the sniper at a point where he can basically do all the damage by himself and let the others tank it up. That's the only point they're going to go in for it.
Yeah, and they're going for a gank again on the Morphling, and it's the right call. They can definitely burst that Morphling. Although he actually morphed a lot already. Yeah, he keeps on morphing. He knows that. Look,
he senses it. He senses it coming. Because, like, where are your players on the other lanes? In fact, he's TPing in towards the mid so they can go for a 5-man smoke.
They're gonna Roche. Are they? Or they're gonna go bottom?
It kind of feels more of a kill.
Yeah, maybe they're hunting for a kill.
They might be searching for the axe inside the jungle, or maybe just trying to catch out IG when they're not looking. The first bit of vision they get is on Ferrari, but they need some good control for this one. And there's still no adaptive strike, and obviously no strength morph up. But DDC has his ultimate.
That's a very good positioning from the Twin Protector. That could be really nice.
Yeah, they see him.
Oh,
there's Chuan. You can get a good ulti on Faith as well as Chuan. So no big stuns, but they get a lot of stuns onto DDC plus Laguna Blade. The Dark Sea Wall causes huge amounts of confusion. As now EHOME try and get a little bit more space. They realize the rest of IG is right behind him. Blink Scream, RTK is going to tick out anyway, and Luo starts the body block on Inflame. The Morphling will come in. It's a great waveform. In with the Death Ward. Lanham doing work from the low ground. He's forcing him away. The extra damage onto Burning. He had the Malediction on him. It's not enough to pop him, but with the waveform down, IG are going to lose 4 for the price of 3 of EHOME. Luo is still going to keep running away, and they cannot, and they do not have enough damage to finish him off. But Lanham resurrecting EHOME's chance in that team fight.
Oh man, what a player. I mean, that guy, please, he's been crushing games. It's been 5 years and he's still crushing games. I mean, I stopped watching him for a year and look at this. He saved the team fight by himself. EHOME's initiation was really sloppy. I mean, they were patient behind the tower. They waited for someone to actually show, and then there was no one but the co-op, so they ended up going for the co-op. And at the same time, the Twin Protector actually spotted the 3 others coming, and then they have 2 different fights, and it was completely chaotic. And the fight was going in AG's favor, but then Lanham turned it completely with his very, very clutch positioning. Great plays from the Witch Doctor.
And that's the best case scenario right there for EHOME. The fact that now goes 6-5 overall, the net worth as well as the experience is sitting very, very close to each other. So it's really still anyone's game. There is a slight advantage coming the way of EHOME, and that's the fact they are 1 tier 1 tower up. There might be a bigger advantage, the fact that Luo is getting caught in the tree lines, battling it out. The call will come out, so DDC, he might give his ultimate to this one, so then, yep, they can get that overgrowth, and then one last tip with the extra damage from the assassination. They ensure the kill on the axe. A worthwhile commitment.
It's a good kill, but I mean, that sniper is the problem for EHOME right now. He is very, very underfarmed. He has nothing, and it's a hard sniper game, so his impact is gonna be very, yeah. I'm a bit concerned about that sniper right now. They need to get him back into the game somehow, because he's level 9, he has not even 6 CS. So that's their concern right now. It's the sniper.
Well, for me, the only way to repair that is to try and find these kills against IG. Because you're not going to fight it in farming areas. The Darkseer is so much more efficient at that. Morphling needs to take a lot of the camps as well, because he still needs his Lincoln Sphere before he can really do anything on this map. Yeah,
he does. And they're trading towers right now. They want to get the bottom one, and instead they're not getting it actually, and they're getting a lot of damage. So when you have Twin Protector, you want to defend towers. I mean, it's okay, you know, when you have this trade situation where you get damage on their tier 1 bottom, let's say, and they're trading mid, just let the tower not fall. Don't destroy the tower you're going for. Go mid and defend, because they're not going to be able to heal their tower, and you're going to be able to heal yours to full life. So it's always better to defend towers when you have treant. No matter the position you're in, always defend towers and heal them up.
Because you're always going to get the map position advantage because of that.
Exactly. It's very important. So good call from EHOME, abandoning the bottom tower and going for mid. Now the tower is going to be healed to full life when he wants to use his living armor. And OTK has his mech. I hope he goes for the 4-staff next. And they might be looking for some fights when he does so. From Rasmus on Ferrari.
Well, right now, man, D2CL definitely could. I like how Morphling. How do you zone out a Phantom Assassin when you're sitting there as a scared Morphling? Just make a version of the Phantom Assassin and chase him to the ends of the earth.
That's a very good illusion, actually. It's gonna be very, very powerful later on, and there's gonna be a lot of illusions. I mean, the morphling illusion, the wall illusions, quite nice.
Kind of.
Ferrari's gonna have his Orchid soon.
It's kind of the chaos I was looking for before. I might have exaggerated a little bit more when that team fight happened, because I thought the D2CL wall was a lot more effective at first glance. But when you are able to catch out a whole bunch of melee heroes against each other, you remember from 2 years ago with that D2CL wall just how crazy it was. Almost impossible to keep track of what's going on with D2CL wall and Sheep's guards popping and a whole bunch of other stuff thrown out. That was when Naga was still being played a hell of a lot, so you had 5 million illusions.
Does. He creates chaos, and he's really nice, and he's nice with Sniper for that, because he creates a lot of chaos, and it's really hard to actually know who you have to focus, what's happening. You can't even click on people. That's how bad it is. And oh, actually, they want to. What is this?
I don't think they really want to. They're trying to bait the blink up, the Phantom Strike up. Now the D2CL also on his way in with that ulti surge. RTK puts the Iron Shell on DDC with the Vank back in again. Burning is forced to stand his ground and fight very much against his will.
And there's smoke mid at the same time. Sniper is in trouble. No, they're not going for it.
They're actually going for the Witch Doctor. The Sniper was close. Lanham will still die here. As RTK, where are they going to head to next? Inflame realizes being chased. He's up on the high ground. The Shrapnel gave him just enough movement speed, but he's far enough away they cannot catch him before he's back behind the tier 2 tower. But because they've come in so far, RTK, well, Living Armor's going to help him. Neg charge, he's got 8 stick charges also up his sleeve. Make that 10 now. Unable to trigger them in time, but he bought time for Inflame to beat into Lure. There's enough damage to kill him before the end of the TP. So it ends up being a 3-for-2 trade-off in total. That's including the PA kill up on top lane. Good play by EHOME, and unfortunately the Sniper doesn't get a kill that he needs, but it's okay. That's, you know, the life of the supports. When you chase a Sniper and you have to turn, you're like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna turn and disengage, but I know what's gonna happen. He's gonna kill me. It's always the case. It's like, that's why you see people chase that Sniper forever, because they know that once they turn, then a very sad story happens. But yeah, good kills for EHOME. They're looking decent in this game. I mean, the game is still completely even, deadly even. That kill on Burning was actually big, but as you can see, he's farming so much. He has almost 3k gold again, and he died. So he has Portraits, Battle of Fury, Mask of Death, and 3k gold again. What do you actually want to see coming out from the Phantom Assassin? Are you looking for that bash to control? Are you looking for survivability?
Either BKB or Manta. He needs to get out of that overgrowth in the fights. For now, that's his main concern.
He just finished up the Mask of Madness and picked up an Ogre Club, so you're gonna get Mum and BKB.
Yeah, it's a good decision. I think Manta was good as well, but yeah, I know, that's fine. That's fine. He just need a way to deal with that overgrowth, because it's gonna be very annoying for him in team fights.
Do you like this build coming out from Lanham? Looks like we're getting ahead of Midas onto the Witch Doctor.
I like it. I think they're sieging. Their defense is very, very strong. EHOME's defense is insanely strong. There is no way IG can actually dive into the base or behind the tower versus D2CL Treant Protector. They're just gonna get punished heavily unless they have a big advantage and they can afford to do so. But yeah, I think it's the right way, and that's why I wanted to see a Midas on the Morph as well. But I mean, why not? His build paid off. He was able to join fights without being scared of dying. So no, it's fine for now. Yeah, I like the Midas on Lanham. I think it could be a good Midas game on the Witch Doctor.
If it lets him get both an Aghanim Scepter and a BKB before the 40-minute mark, I'm all for it. Because then IG have nothing to control him, especially if this Phantom Assassin does go for the BKB without the Basher. Because then there's no one that can control him with the reworked axe. He can just let that death roll off every single time.
I think EHOME's late game is superior to IG's late game. That's my understanding of his draft. Oh, he went for Mask of Madness indeed, that's what you said, yeah. That's interesting. So he really wants to be able to burst that Sniper or that Morphling on during the call or the stun or whatever disable they use. And they're gonna trade towers.
Yep. So top tower got killed off by PA, mid tower went to the Sniper. But that's all the tier 1 towers now down for Invictus Gaming. DDC, well, he didn't want to get involved in this one. Luo was right behind him and trying to call him, but Lina was not going to get there in time to help him out.
Yeah, he had a sentry to deward the Ancients, so he saw the Turn Protector, so Trent is a bit confused now. And now the Ancients are going to deward themselves. Nice work. Nice support work.
Well why did that even happen?
I don't know. I have no idea.
They're meant to be neutral. Like, they're neutral for a reason.
Yeah, they shouldn't deward this. That was really awkward. Trent was like, okay, whatever. They want to get farmed by IG and not by us.
I think there's some traders in the midst.
And ROTK, he's not going for a 4-staff. He's going for, I guess that could be a Hex or Linken's. That's interesting.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to get another Lincoln Sphere when you've already got one on the Morphling. Like, it makes sense with the Scythe of Vice, but...
Yeah, Scythe of Vice is a very good item to catch that co-op.
But normally isn't a Scythe of Vice coming after you get the Blink Dagger?
Mm-hmm.
Because
they saw something, they're going.
Yeah, but DDC is trying to slow up Luo. They're assuming there's a ward on the next to the Secret Shop.
Yeah, and they saw Burning Bottom. He has a BKB now. So IG might be looking for some fights now. With the BKB on the PA, they definitely have an opening. They can force stuff. That's why they go for the bottom tower. They might get it. Yeah, that sniper is still very cool. He's not a threat at all for now.
Morphling's going to revive as well.
We're going to see a fight.
Oh, they should jump him. The call. DDC's the first one to get caught out. It was the Observer and Sentry combo that was able to see him. Chuan. Okay, there is a 4-staff there to get him away to safety.
Good first step by the Axe. It's a 3 kill, but he's going to come back soon. They have Glyph. That's not a tower yet. Actually, they might not have time for this. 25 seconds. They're gonna decide if they want to fight now or not.
He's looking at Morphling already. There's that Orchid coming out from Ferrari with the Sonic Wave. The Darkseid wall is up. RTK trying to get himself in there in time to let the mech and help out his teammate. Inflame at least has a lot of space here. In fact, whoa! Okay, space removed. Burney's gonna try and TP himself out as he's taking the damage from the tower, but the Malediction isn't enough to kill him as well. And that coup de grace, it couldn't have come at a better time against the sniper.
Yeah, and I mean, I really think that, I mean, the Hex is gonna do a lot, but if you have a 4-staff on Darkseer in that fight, the fight is very, very different because you can actually save your Morph just by 4-staffing him out of the call. He's not gonna eat the Sonic Wave, he's not gonna eat the Lina, Slave, or whatever spells they actually had for him. And maybe the fight would have been different. It was really close. The Morphling almost survived. I think it was the right call to use the Ghost Scepter. I don't know, it's hard to say because he ate a lot of magic damage. And as you saw, that sniper, he can't get in range. He needs to watch that. All he has to do is watch the PA. I mean, it's okay to be patient and just wait for the PA to actually jump on someone and then go for it. I know it's really hard, like, you're playing the sniper, you're impatient, you're like, I want to deal damage, I see that Lina, I see that Juicy Axe, I want to kill him. But then all Burning's gonna do is wait for the sniper to show and one-shot him, so... But they have the Hex already.
The problem you have is, like, even in that position, Sniper was sitting back. If we look at the bottom tower right now, like, Sniper was back in this spot. And he was doing damage to the targets that were here. Now, PA does his first jump, which is to here. And then the second jump is just a small progression of walking this far, and then he's in range for the second Phantom Strike.
Yeah, it's actually so hard. It's I know, it's very hard. It's very hard.
It's like, how do you even dodge this? I think the only way you can really get yourself out of it, I don't want to say blink your scepter onto a sniper, but you need something that can at least stall up the PA when he jumps in. Who was I? I cast 2 weeks ago a game with a sniper, and he went an Abyssal Blade up against the Phantom Assassin because this was his only way. He realized that he could get a proper control onto the Phantom Assassin because you're not going to rely on a mini stun from a Monkey King bar, and once it's got a BKB, then something like Yule Scepter is not going to be effective. So we ended up going for this Abyssal Blade build on the sniper.
It's a very good idea in late game, and now they're going for Roche, they want to defend it. You can have a defensive 4-staff on your supports, or you need a BKB on the sniper. That's what you need. They're going for Roche, and they might get it. Actually,
I don't think they will.
Oh, Ferrari, he's super low. He's
EHOME's going to jump. EHOME's going to go now. RTK, he's going to be held up. There's already the jump out by Lua that's controlled him there with the Sonic Wave, but a lot of the damage has been dealt but repaired by the mech. RTK is going to search himself out, Burning, low on life. Lamb just let him the ulti, rip him, Burning. There goes your Aegis Immortal already. That Death Ward is still going to go down, but it's not going to last long enough to hit Burning as he came back to the world of the living. Lanham does have a paralyzing cast, but he'll get off Burning. Who's going to be in range of that one? Faith will be, as well as the neutrals on the side, which will come out and deal their own little damage over. Luo again trying to be the space creator with a jump in. He's able to get the Culling Blade off, so say goodbye to that Wish Doctor. Now ROTK, not a healthy man, had both the mech as well as the Sight Device still on cooldown, but in Flame, he's had the big opening until the 4-star in for the call. There's Burning's crit. He needs to go through the rest of them. He's going to as well. The Living Armor trying to protect him. An Invis for DDC. It will be. Nature's guys will protect both ZYF as well as DDC. So Burning is incapable of finding himself another pickoff.
What a play by Luo. What a player. That was super nice. Like, he was getting chased, and then in half a second, he actually turned and forced left in to get a super call, and then Burning could get a lot of damage on them. So really, really nice play by him.
If you look at the end of the teamfight recap, if he didn't do that play, it would have been advantage to EHOME because it's neck and neck. 4.3k to 4.6k in the experience, and even the gold change, the only difference was 40 gold.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was a really nice play, honestly. It was great for him. He definitely saved IG on that move. They lost Aegis, so they won't have that advantage, so that's quite big. The BKB on the PA is getting lower and lower, so that's something also going in EHOME's favor. They did not lose Ferrari. I think he just TP'd out in that move, so that's also good for his item progression. He went for a Yule Scepter. It's quite interesting.
I'm actually wondering exactly who was that meant to be for.
I'm not sure. I think it's just a way to survive the fights for him. It's a good item on co-op to actually survive.
So you blink in, you all, because you dish out your damage, you realize it's working, you Yule Scepter up, and then your blink should be back off cooldown by the end of that.
Exactly. That's exactly how you play it. And then you survive and you can re-engage again, like ball up, go back in the fights. Else it's quite hard to disengage.
I think Sean's about to die.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, there's a 4-man, 1 replicant smoke which is coming out from EHOME, and they're right on top of him. So Shrapnel, he's got no escape mechanisms, and ROTK will even use the Hex just to ensure there is no following stunts.
Yeah, good, decent kill. I mean, I don't know if it's so worth it, but now they have to reposition and defend towers. But yeah, it's a good kill for the sniper. He needs more kills like this. Once he gets his BKB, then it's gonna be a bit easier for him to dish out damage in the fights. That axe is actually quite farmed. Now he has a Crimson Guard as well. And Burning is gonna be out of control. Like, now he has a Basher, he has Tricky Gold again. He's definitely out farming this one.
I'm still interested to see exactly how effective Burning is going to be during the next fights, because for me, I haven't really felt like he's been that unstoppable presence. Even if he does get the Abyssal Blade up and running, EHOME have been finding the space they really require for the sniper. The Treant Protector is just waiting for him to jump in with the BKB. If they can hold him long enough, then the Sight Device kicks in from ROTK, or potentially E-Blade as well from Morphling. I know where... I'm not just talking about the way to amplify the damage, I'm just talking about different ways that you can stop that PA from attacking. Even if you've got to E-Blade your own teammates, who he's trying to focus on, who get Abyssal Bladed, for example, like, is that really going to work when, especially Luo? Oh, man! Oh, decisions regretted. He's going to get killed by himself. It was the Darkseer illusion with the tree ulti into a vac. Chuan and Burning, they were getting control until a good line strike array. ROTK gets the mech off, needs a light point. So look at him flame. He's ripping through Burning's HP, and now Burning Effect's going to get swapped in and blink on the way in. Okay, well, that didn't really work the way they planned. 3 players lost for the price of 0 for EHOME, and this will mean they lose their tier 2 tower in the bottom lane as well, IG. Things are falling apart.
That was very, very ambitious from Burning. I think it's a big mistake for him to go there. I mean, you lost your axe. Sure, it's a tier 2 tower, but how is that even relevant in the game? You lost your axe, it's very risky to go. Ferrari isn't there, and he had no TP, or he wasn't there at all. He didn't want to go. And he still went in with the PA for Darkseer. I mean, they had Overgrowth used, maybe that's why he was like, I can kill that guy and get away with it, but that mistake is gonna cost him probably a tier 3 tower. He has buyback, but he doesn't want to use it until the axe comes back.
Yeah, I don't think even after the axe comes back, you really want to use it. Rely on your teammates. Even if you got to commit a Sonic Wave. Now they will, with a 3-man call. Lanham is forced to fight here, but Ferrari, he got completely nuked up. They have to cancel the assassination. No, he doesn't. It was perfectly timed at the end of the Eul Scepter to connect and Inflame, trying to outrun Burning here. Luo, he's managed to at least hold up Lanham as well as DDC, but he couldn't catch up to Inflame, and now he's caught on the low ground. Luo's not in a healthy position. There is at least no way out for that Morphling, so he will die to the Sonic Wave of Ferrari 4-3-0. The jump up, the paralyzing cast. It actually stopped Luo from going for the Culling Blade.
That cast.
Well, okay, Burning will finish the job. Witch Doctor will drop, but they did take out the tier 3 tower, and they're going to back up, losing the Morphling as well as the Witch Doctor. I still say for EHOME that's fine because they didn't lose Inflame.
Yeah, it is fine. They forced the buyback. Oh, actually, do they see that Trin Protector or what? Yeah, they see him. Okay, that's the third kill. It's still okay. It's not that bad. I mean, if they could get Roche right now, and you can see Burning is already checking, that would be a good fight, right? But now the pressure is on EHOME, on IG, I mean, because they don't have buyback on that PA. So whenever he dies, then he needs to be really careful with his plays, because if he dies close to his base, then they're gonna lose racks for it, and that's a big problem for them.
What do you think about Burning missing the Abyssal Blade too? Because he just built a Yasha.
Yeah, I think he feels like he needs ways to survive in the fight. I think Abyssal Blade is good. He also maybe just has bought an item because he had to fight and then he wanted to be stronger, and he had no buyback anyway. That could be the reason, you know, just some carry things. But yeah, he definitely needs an Abyssal Blade. But right now, EHOME, they have a lot of kites. They have Ethereal Blades, they have Ghost Scepters, they have Surge, they have Vacuum. They have a lot of things to kite, and they're missing Force Staffs. In my opinion, Force Staff is such a big item in this game. But even without those Force Staffs, they can still reposition themselves and just dodge Burning. But that's why the only problem with that is that the other heroes, they don't have their items yet. The Axe doesn't have a BKB, and they can't disable, so Burning can hit. It's only him chasing the sniper back in the fights, and then the others have to deal with the Darkseer Treant thing that prevents them from going to the sniper. So this is, like, you can tell the draft of EHOME, I mean, the Morphling is the Morphling, but actually this Treant Witch Doctor Darkseer makes it super hard to get to the sniper. I mean, as a Lina support, there's no way you run into that to actually go burst the sniper, and you just die.
They're coming for the axe. They could see him with the observer wall that's up on top of the cliff, and the line was in fact drawn down by Lanham, saying, let's smoke up, move through their jungle and find the openings.
Yeah. They're trying to
and the Morphling just pushes out the mid lane in the meantime, which is exactly where IG are headed. They actually, they 5-man smoked to run up through the mid, while EHOME, DDC sitting on the tree line, he's going to break the smoke of IG as they come in close. The sentry ward down, and they can see DDC on the hill. They come in to check out Roshan, and DDC, there's your jump. He's going to die so quickly. The assassination to go to Luo that's really realizing now there's more players up here. Where can they catch him? The Queen of Pain's up and towards the air is Burning. He just wants RTK on the sidelines. The Darkseer at least got his wall down, but that was basically it. While Lanham, his positioning is beautiful, but the VS swaps into the stun, cancelling off that death wall. Burning so low on life, they can adapt to strike down. It's currently tip for tap, 3 for 3. Faith running north, as well as Ferrari running south, but they're hot on the tail of Faith. He's got the Earn Charge on him. The adaptive strike from Morphling will finish the job, and it'll end up being a 4 for 3 trade-off in favor of EHOME. And they get a hell of a lot for that one as well. That was almost 2.5k worth of experience advantage gained for the kills, when there's only one the difference in the kill counter.
Yeah, the fights are actually very, very nice to watch. The spell and item usage are... I mean, that Orchid from Ferrari actually saved them, because what happened is that they run uphill without vision versus the Darkseer. So if he could get that 4-man wall, I mean vacuum into wall, the fight would have been a disaster, a complete disaster. But then he got the Orchid instantly on the Darkseer, so Darkseer had to back off and try to wait for that silence to actually end, and then Burning went on him and kill him. And he just got the wall off on the PA, which is good. He got the PA illusion and tried to fight with it. But again, the positioning from Lanham, perfect. He gets a lot of damage dealt, and he doesn't even have Aghanim's. When he gets his axe, that guy is gonna carry the fight on by himself. Like, you look at the way he plays Witch Doctor, and his positioning is always almost perfect in the fights. And as you said in the beginning of the game, they have a lot of disable. They have a lot of ways to actually cancel. They just need to see him, and it's gonna get cancelled. Either swap, Yules, Alina stun, whatever. They have 10,000 spells to actually stop that, but still, he does so much with the Witch Doctor.
I like the fact too that he bypasses going for the BKB just because he has the Ghost Scepter. So it's the cheaper and quicker way to do that. Man, Faith, well, he didn't survive long. He came out there to D-ward because he had the Observer down already.
Against that Treant Protector, it's actually very hard to get I mean, to run around alone. He can always be there to scout you, and you need to place the sentry. But you need to sentry everything if you want to gamble like this. But yeah, as I said early on, they don't care about that axe on the Treant Protector. He doesn't even try to work on it. It's quite weird.
You just love revising the forest, don't you?
Yeah.
Top lane. There's the jump away already. RTK won't catch him.
I think they underrate a bit the axe. I don't know, it's weird. Maybe they don't watch a lot of European games, but I think that axe upgrade on Treant is honestly very, I don't say imbalanced, but it's definitely super strong.
But could you look at it from a different angle, where it's like, you get something more like this Blink Dagger, for example, which is what DDC was saving up for, and he realizes his purpose, like, is he looking for the vision, or is he just, Nature's Guise everyone, I got my Arcane Boost, I'm gonna have enough mana to do that, and if I hit my ultimate, I do what I need to do for my team, because that allows the Witch Doctor to kill everybody. So he sits back and makes sure he finds the right position.
I agree. I think the Blink Dagger is core in this game, and it's definitely a really nice pickup. But it's also that axe, what it gives you vision of the enemy team, even if they start dewarding, right? You know where they are because they are dewarding, and when if your positioning on the map is okay, then you're on the other side of the map when they deward, and you're warding there. I mean, it's like cat and mouse game where you always know what they're up to, unless they smoke, and then you know it's weird because you don't see anyone. So it gives you a lot of time. And you're gonna get the dagger, especially because when you use your ult, then you get a lot of farm from their jungle. If you warded there, etc., you can steal a lot of farm from the enemy team. So he's gonna get the dagger after the axe, like 2 or 3 minutes after. So he can go for it. I agree that going axe refresher in this game was maybe not useful, and the dagger is definitely core. But I still question that they don't go for that. I think he could have gone for it, but I guess they want a Witch Doctor to be farmed.
He has the Blink Dagger for now. Which is when EHOME really want to fight, because they just got both the Monkey King bar completed on Inflame, as well as the full Skadi completed over on ZYF. He makes a replica, jumps back, pushes the wave when they search for a kill right away. They don't want to give IG room to breathe.
And PA has no buyback. PA has no buyback, and he went for the Manta. I think he understands that versus that Ethereal Blade morph, he has to pop his BKB before anything happens, else he's gonna get burst down. And then he's just gonna get overgrowth. So now he has 2 mechanisms to actually get out and just be able to hit people. So that might be one of the reasons why he went for the Manta instead of finishing that Abyssal Blade. But as you said, I think EHOME is a bit stronger right now. Even though the net worth is not that much in their favor, they can definitely force the issue.
Yeah, it's not massive. It's just the combination of EHOME is stronger at this point.
Yeah.
Until PA gets to a position where it feels like she has help. Like Lua is trying to build into this BKB. After he takes out this camp, he's only going to be a recipe away from it. But then he will be a little bit more of a force, even though we still get the same problems that PA is buying these escape mechanisms for. He'll at least be able to soak up a little bit more of the EHOME aggression. While Queen of Pain, like, she's walking around with some great disables. Like, you got Orchid, Yules, as well as a Hex. Not too shabby, and the Aghanim Scepter can buy you time. Just because it changes the ultimate. That low cooldown, you can always just nuke down every second creep wave if it's really required. But the other support has to come from the other supports. Like, where's Chuan? Where is Faith in these fights? Faith just really pops straight away because he can't come anywhere near the Morphling. And Chuan, I actually don't even really feel the effect of Laguna Blade unless someone's E-Blade themselves, and that's kind of down to the Witch Doctor.
Yeah, he can't do so much in this game. It's a bit hard. And now they get the racks, the media racks. I mean, I think IG know the fight is really difficult. Yeah, they want to swap that sniper. That could be a way to take the fight, but even then, I don't think it's enough. Nice force staff. Look at the damage, man. With
the assassination into the axe. Alright,
so much damage.
So you just walked through 1800 HP, nice back, perfect position from RTK with that Blink Dagger, but Burning, where's the control? The Death Ward will drop. Burning was able to blink himself away, he's got the Malediction on top of him, but he'll survive, primarily because the Fountain is healing him up very quickly, and EHOME just get the hell out of there. They got the perfect pick they were searching for, they finished up the racks, even though they did take out the melee without any kind of contest. They got what they came for.
I mean, that madness on PA, and I know RTZ builds madness as well. I mean, some players go for that madness, but you need to be really careful with your madness usage. You need to use madness when you can actually dish out damage, because if you're gonna use it a bit too early, then you're so squishy. And the Manta definitely paid off. He would have died without Manta, so you see now he has to. That's what the Trian does also in late game. He forces their carries to get those Manta BKB. Because either he saves the BKB for the Trian ult, but then he takes so much damage that he can't even fight, or he has to use it so he can actually fight, but then Trian will just jump and ult him and then he has to meta out of it. So good itemization, but yeah, I mean EHOME is definitely ahead right now, and that's the set of racks. It's not game, it's far from it, but they can keep on forcing.
Maybe it's gonna be one of these situations too, when people start checking. It's like, oh wait, what did I bet again over on Dota 2 Lounge? How many rares are at stake at the moment?
Oh come on, no, that's not gonna happen.
You know the percentages on Dota 2 Lounge right now. How many people that had faith in EHOME?
Yeah, that would have been yeah.
There's 13% of people that had faith in EHOME to win this game.
Oh boy.
13% to the 87% who are backing IG.
Well, a lot of rares would be lost today, but I mean it's just the first game, it's not over yet.
True.
And I have to say that that Morphling played a really solid game. I think he played quite well overall. I wasn't sure about the Morphling pick, but he definitely did a lot of work, so props to him. Now there's a BKB on the sniper. I like this. That's a really good pickup.
Is this going to be enough for EHOME to finish the job? Like, do we just see them 5-man and go in through top and let the bottom lane do its work?
I think, okay, right now they should be moving aggressively, I think. They can take a fight anywhere on the map if it's not a downhill, for them trying to force base. They can fight wherever they want.
They're coming to smoke.
Yeah, the safe option is just to take over the map and wait for Roche, get Roche, end the game. I don't think pushing base right now is a good option. It's doable, but it's very scary.
They're coming for the kills. They're coming for the kills. So they do exactly what they did before. Morphling pushes, they leave the replicate with them. Really? And that DD you're saying? On the sniper. And it's a full Aghanim Scepter on Lanham. I also want to flag that one before the fight's going to begin. I want to see his positioning because it's about to start. Ferrari, very far up. RTK gets a hex on him. Burning. Where's a jump in the crits? Oh my! We're stopped us with a death ward. That's not going to do anything. And EHOME instantly regret decision. The paralyzing cask won't bounce for Lanham, so he is practically toast as well. Burning just cleaved him apart, and they catch the sniper. It's a disaster for EHOME. BKB or no BKB, Inflame will not be able to survive this. Where's the bash? It's still going to be there. It's a triple kill for Burning, and oh
my god.
Premature GG elation coming in for EHOME. IG have just turned this around. They will take tier 2 and tier 3 tower. Buybacks available, Darkseer and Morphling, and that is all you've got. Oh
I mean,
my!
I know we said they could go and fight, but I mean actually fight. That was not a fight. That was just Luo playing out of his mind, obviously. But the positioning from EHOME was very questionable. You can't afford to have Morphling, Darkseer plus Trian Protector get caught and one shot on that PA damage. There's no way you can stack versus CX.
They all saw Ferrari and said, "Okay, we've got this. Let's go."
No, that was a sick jump from the Axe. Really nice one, and they got nothing off. No hex off. No wall. No overgrowth. No BKB. Nothing. Morphling just got one shot. They all died. So obviously the fight was completely lost from then, and then Fiori went for the sniper instantly, so they can't actually back off.
They're looking to fight. There's your swap. RTK getting caught again with a stun from Faith. The paralyzing castle come out. Darkseer has to buy back. The Crimson Guard's already been triggered, but with the Darkseer buyback, the Morphling respawn, there is potential here for EHOME to fight. But with RTK getting chain stunned, there's your jump up with the replicant. They need to stop this Axe from getting out of here. Chorn will die. Axe will not. So they lose both the Lina as well as the Vengeful Spirit. The gem was dropped in mid, but in return you took a tier 3 tower up on the top and you brought down the mid racks. EHOME with the 2 play, actually both these guys don't have buybacks. They've got a 46-second window right now where IG will not be at full strength. I don't know if that's enough of a window for them. They didn't commit any ultimates for it, so maybe EHOME will feel it is.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not enough for them, honestly. They didn't get the Axe. Axe was a crucial pickup. They got 2 supports, sure, but it's not so big. They had to buy back on the Darkseer just because his positioning was a bit sloppy. and then they just swapped him in and he died. Now they have the Abyssal Blade on PA. That's a big pickup. That's a very big pickup. And I don't know. I think EHOME they I don't want to say they threw the game, but they definitely gave away a lot of momentum that they had.
Yep.
The game is still under control because they have a very strong team fight, especially in tight areas. Like say they can fight around Roche and take advantage of the Darkseer 3 and Witch Doctor that will axe. So I think the game is still very, very nice for EHOME.
Yep.
You know, the fact that they took the bottom racks is actually a big factor because it's always going to be that lane that pushes in IG's base. They're going to have vision and control of the IG's jungle for the Roche advantage. So that's quite big for them. They just need to calm down a bit, farm, and not get caught. Nice, Morphling is out. So now they just need to chill a bit, wait for Roche, wait for bottom lane to push in, and get a good fight at Roche. Get some wards out, D ward, and try to get a good fight. I think they should get a gem and try to D ward a bit that area.
You're talking about EHOME or IG here?
Yeah, EHOME. I think EHOME should definitely hold this Roche area.
They have one on ROTK because that one that was dropped by IG during the last push. That was one of the supports that dropped it.
That's great. Oh, there's a DD bottom.
No, actually, no, I take it back. That actually belongs to ROTK, so he must have dropped it himself.
They're gonna go.
Yep. They look for the opening.
Double damage.
But they're not really finding it. Their initial damage that they did to Burning was just repaired by a little bit of time farming and one urn charge.
Yeah. No, it's really hard for IG the position. I like those phases in Dota where both teams are looking for the fight, but they're both looking for the best setup. They should abuse Nature's guys. They should invis everyone. That's what they need to do right now. Because they don't have a gem.
That's the reason why they're moving to the Radiant side of the jungle, because they can't do it over on their side.
They have a new gem on the Axe, by the way, so never mind me. Now this is a fight EHOME can take. They're gonna remove the ward, which is big, but you see IG's positioning is perfect. EHOME cannot go like this, and they don't have to go. They need to go back all the way and have this uphill vision. It's actually sick to have it.
IG's coming for tier 4s.
Yeah, it's a good plan. They can just drone them. Really nice. Well played.
Well, wouldn't take
now they
long.
need to TP home. They don't have TP on the Darkseer.
Where's the others? Where the other TPs? They're coming as quick as they possibly can. And there's your jump call already on the Morphling. They've triggered the Lincoln Spear, which means the jumping can come from Burning. There's a good tree ulti, but they've already got the kill over on that Morphling. He'll have to buy himself back into the fight. The Darkseer was causing a large amount of problems because they're also going to copy a Burning, who's going to get dumped by the E-Blade attack. He has buyback available. Faith has no chance of surviving this one. With no 4-staff up, he couldn't reach it. He couldn't get fast enough away. And the rest of IG is still on the run. RTK is sticking with him. But his Blink Dagger's on cooldown for 5 more seconds, and he won't catch up to Chorn in time, even with Surge.
That was nice played. I think it was really well played from both teams. It was very smart from IG to take this position and go for the Rex. That was a really nice call. I didn't expect it. And now they're gonna go for Roche. Who did they find? He has no buyback. What is he doing?
He's trying to find Murder. He's managed to find Queen of Pain at least, backing back in Luo and Burning and Morphling. He's gonna jump in, triggers the BKB, trying to attack into Luo, and the Inflame at least got a little bit of space to work with here. The Mantra Illusion soaked up most of the paralyzing cast. Now Axe just instantly biased back into the game. And they want to keep fighting this one because Burning wants to. His Abyssal Blade's off cooldown in 2 seconds time. He's got his BKB up. He doesn't have a mana style at the moment, but he wants it. Wait,
they shouldn't go Roche. They need to reset right now and remove that ward. But top lane is pushing in. I think it's really risky to go Roche right now.
It almost feels like a bait.
They don't have wall yet.
Like, it doesn't feel real.
They shouldn't go. Yeah, they need to be careful right now because IG definitely they have a good way to go out. Oh, he used Abyssal Blade. Oh my god, and the BKB.
Now they're gonna jump with the Abyssal Blade down. Ferrari's gonna die so quickly. The call might be there, but the Death Ward from Lanham, a great position and no way to contest it. Luo forced up onto the high ground, but Chuan, he's gonna sacrifice himself. Ferrari bought back to be part of this one, but Chuan is dead to the world. Burning went further east, and who's coming in from behind? Ferrari, what are you doing there, man? Like he BT'd himself in, but look at the tier 4 towers in the meantime. Because the top lane's pushed in so far, EHOME's base being ravaged. They're going to find Ferrari. There's his Euroscepter defensive up into the air to blink away to safety. But the tier 4 towers, they're still dying. Inflame had to come back to defend it. So all your damage for EHOME is missing. They have to get out of here, which means Roshan belongs to IG. But they don't want to give it up. They're coming back in again. There's your Hex. RTK hexed up. Luo getting beaten down. Ferrari careful with those HP. He's got still that E-Blade available. So your Axe will drop. Morphling waveforms down. He's sticking with Burning, who's going to Phantom Strike himself over to Faith. There is the replica, so he can jump back up. RTK sticking with him. Now the Abyssal Blade wants to kill. Where's your crit? Where is your crit? He's going to get E-Bladed. RTK survives. And now you've got Burning down for 2 minutes. They may be 2 Raxes down EHOME, but they have a 2-minute window of opportunity where only VS has a buyback available.
They shouldn't rush. They shouldn't go for the throne bottoms. They should just go for the throne. Or, I mean, they maybe have time to do both. Never mind me. They can maybe get rushed and go for the throne. But this is definitely when they win the game. Like, either they win it now or they lose, I think. Because they lost the towers, throne is exposed. They should go
coming
bottom.
now.
Sniper is gonna buy Boots of Travels, hopefully.
Oh, he's gonna die, potentially. Ferrari, he's still got this Orchid available. Doesn't want to do it up against the BKB, so just use the Yule Scepter to screw around with Inflame.
Alright. No, it's very tricky. They don't have buyback on the Axe, they don't have buyback on the PA, they don't have co-op ulti. It's really hard. I think EHOME can finish the game now. They definitely can.
They're coming for the tier 4s.
Yeah, I don't see IG doing this.
They have fortification available, IG.
30 seconds for the Axe. Maybe it's gonna be
Laguna
so
upgrade
hard.
or no Laguna upgrade. I don't think Sean's gonna do much. And Ferrari, he's attacking into the fortress. He's trying to keep Inflame's attention back and force EHOME to TP away, but it's not gonna happen. Sean, he's just gonna get evaporated down. Maybe not with the 4-star, but he's saved back. Almost bringing him in as the swap on top of RTK. He's gonna be killed off by the Fountain with Laguna Blade into the Death Ward from Lanham. And well, Yulsepter does stop it up, but DDC, he's got his control over an IG, but the game is GG'd. That'll be it. It'll be EHOME to push through, taking out the fortress after what was quite an entertaining game with teamfights going back and forward.
Great game, really nice game, a lot of action, a lot of big plays. Honestly, Luo has to be the MVP of that game. I mean, on IG's side, he played exceptionally well. Great play by Luo. I think Burning did he did some mistakes that cost them a lot, in my opinion, but it was a really hard PA game to play, for sure. But yeah, Luo played out of his mind, and on EHOME side, they all played really well. That Morphling was quite sick, and Lanham, obviously.
And I'm looking forward to seeing more, because this is only game number 1 of our best of 3. It's the lower bracket final. It's all elimination from here on out. The winner of this game plays up against LGD in the lower bracket consolation final. Winner of that into the overall final. Both games are happening tomorrow, starting at 10 CEST, as we've now changed over our time zones in Europe. But yes, make sure you will definitely stay tuned in for this. Game number 2, IG vs EHOME, coming up after this short break.